Like and subscribe. Black people, do not jump to conclusions based on a headline. You see this all the time. A white couple adopts a black child. Everybody jumps up and down like it's singing Kumbaya, and they're just, oh, racism doesn't exist anymore. There are good white people in the world, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? You don't judge until the lights go off. You judge a year later, 2 years later, and then you find out what's going on with this child. And oftentimes, it's horrible. It is horrible, and the child is mistreated. There have been occasions where white couples have adopted black children for the body parts. This is the reality of living in a racist society. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, if a black parent, if black people adopt a white child, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. You never have to worry about it because it is not in our nature. We are not enslavers and colonizers. We are not the racists. We don't have to prove anything. But when you see a white couple adopt a black child, you don't jump to conclusions that everything is going to be all right in a racist society. That is foolish. That is like voting for Biden because you've seen Kamala Harris dancing at a black barbecue. It makes no sense. You know Biden is a racist. You know that he is only going to pick puppets that will do his bidding. The Secretary of Defense telling Africans that that we will defend you and you just need to open more military bases in Africa. Africa doesn't need military bases in Africa. Africa need what Russia is giving them, weapons. Russia isn't putting any military bases over there. They're just giving them weapons. They can fight on their own. All they need is the arsenal to fight with. Black people, we do not need Caucasians adopting black children. What we need is jobs so that we can take care of our kids ourselves, take the drugs that you put in our community back out of our community. What we really have ever needed from Caucasians is to be left alone. They are not heroes of the black community. If they were heroes, we would not have systemic racism. And like I said, and to reiterate, we've seen videos of children being mistreated, adopted black children being mistreated. You see, you get paid for adopting children. You get paid. So it's not like it's this, find out if they're getting paid. Because it's not all this kumbaya, I love you, love you, love you. And then they're going to raise this black child in a racist white community. You see, you can raise a white child in a black community and you don't have to worry about the teacher calling him the H word. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about racism. The child is going to be treated right. But black parents that even move into a white neighborhood, their child is being treated horribly. One white parent sent this a birthday card to this young black girl with a picture of a hand-drawn picture of a black person. And when she opened it, it said "Gorillas Rock." Gorillas Rock. She didn't understand. The young child didn't understand. The parents did. There have been videos of mixed children, black and white, having lunch, and the white children being fed first, and the black children being fed secondly. Common sense should tell you to be suspect when you see this. Common sense should tell black people to be suspect when you see, anytime you see a white person supposedly doing something good for black people, be suspect. You have to know what's underneath all this. Because a lot of times all it is propaganda. Wake the hell up. There are puppets and puppet masters. That's the society we live in. Every time you see a black man with a white woman, all of a sudden it's going to be disastrous. It's going to be disaster. It's going to be horrible. But then you see a white man with a black woman and it's kumbaya. This is a beautiful couple. White man, black woman, white man, black woman, beautiful couple. Look at this lovely couple. Black man, white woman, it's horrible. This isn't going to work. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is backwards. Everything in this country, everything in the United States is reversed. If you want the truth about the United States, reverse everything you see. Reverse it all. The Democratic and the Republican Party have done nothing for black people. If they did, systemic racism would not exist. Obama, a black president, did nothing for black people. Colin Powell did nothing for black people. Kamala Harris did nothing for black people. Clarence Thomas has done nothing for black people. Ketanji Brown has done nothing for black people, even before she became a Supreme Court judge. These are all puppets. Sarah Lynn Davis, who was the black police chief in Atlanta, now she's in Tennessee and received a raise, has done nothing for black people. She done the opposite. She created the Scorpion Gang and all these other hit squads, and she was taught in Israel. Black people, when we see a black mayor, when we see a black chief, police chief, we are looking at a puppet that has been paid for. They have been paid for. Israelis, AIPAC, they look for puppets to put in positions of authority over black people so that when something is done to harm us, they can put a black face to it and then say it wasn't racist because look, a black puppet did it. They don't use the word puppet, but they are the puppet masters, and these people are puppets, and we need to realize that and address this. Stop calling them bootlickers. Stop calling them Uncle Toms and all this kind of stuff. They are puppets. They are puppet. A puppet is something that you put your hands up under and then you manipulate it from underneath. They are not marionettes. They are puppets. The hand goes underneath. So getting back to the point, stop all this glorification when you see a white person, people adopt a black child. Be suspect and wait. How many of you see these things and then a year later go back to see how that child is doing? I can assure you, if that child lives in a white neighborhood, that child is going to suffer racism at that school. They're going to suffer racism at that school, and they will probably suffer racism from those people's family. Every white person in the United States of America has a racist relative and have racist friends. That is the nature of a systemically racist society that would vote for a Donald Trump or a Joe Biden. Even Bill Clinton is a racist. Hillary is a racist. Obama was a racist. That is the nature of a systemically racist society that was built on deletion of Native Americans and the enslavement of African Americans. We have gotten where we have gotten because our eyes were wide open. We kept our eyes wide open. Now, far too many of you are shutting your eyes. Keep your eyes open. Don't read the title of the book. Read the entire book. Don't read the headlines. Find out what is going on when the story starts. And I can guarantee you, and you know as well as I know, that a black child adopted by two white parents and they are living in a neighborhood that is at least 70% Caucasian, they are going to suffer racial intimidation the minute they walk out that door. They will suffer it from the relatives of those white parents, and they will suffer it from the friends. There is not a white person in the United States of America that does not know that 50% of the people they know are racist or more. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.